Hi everybody, welcome back to Whiskey and Walks. My name is Ed. So today we're going to talk about buying whiskey as a gift for other people. The reason I want to do this now is because in Ireland we're coming up to Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope that you have an absolutely amazing Christmas. And if you don't, I hope you enjoy the couple of weeks off work that usually comes with it. But today I want to talk about buying whiskey as a gift for somebody, because it's something that we often want to do, buy whiskey as a gift for somebody, but sometimes it can be difficult to figure out what the best way to do that is. So today I just want to talk through some of the options and kind of explore with you what is a good idea and what is potentially not the best idea if you're going to invest in some Irish whiskey as a gift for somebody. I have my laptop out in front of me today because I have some notes, because there's so many amazing whiskeys that I want to shout out over the course of making this video. So let's get started. When I thought about making this video, I decided that the best way to do it might be to talk about some general do's and don'ts, pros and cons of buying whiskey for people as a present. It'd be pretty easy for me to sit up here, put 3-4 whiskeys on the table and go, buy these 4 whiskeys this year for Christmas. They're absolutely fantastic. But that mightn't be any good to you. They might be the type of whiskeys that you enjoy. They might not be the type of whiskeys that you think the person you're buying for is going to enjoy. They might not fit within your price range or your budget. It might not be available near you. So rather than that, we're going to talk about some general overall rules. Not hard and fast rules, but good ideas for whiskey gift guiding. The first thing I would say that's massively important, and we don't always think about it, is the person that you are buying the whiskey for going to want to receive whiskey as a gift? Does that person want to receive whiskey as a gift, or do you just really like buying whiskey? At the end of the day, if somebody is not into whiskey, if whiskey is not what somebody wants as a gift, there's not much point in buying it for them. We all want to share our love and our passion for whiskey with the people around us, the people that we care about. But just have a think before you get started. Is that the best gift option? Or is there something else that you can get that person that they might enjoy more, and you might share a dram from a bottle that you have over the festive season? One approach that I've always found has served me really well when buying somebody whiskey is that if somebody is a kind of a casual whiskey drinker, try stepping up their favorite whiskey. What do I mean by stepping up? If somebody routinely drinks Jameson, but they don't have too much experience with Irish whiskey, try choosing something else from the Jameson line that's a little bit more expensive, a little bit fancier, and is going to seem a little bit more premium and exciting to them. In the Jameson example, a couple of good examples are Jameson Crested, which is one of my personal absolute favorite whiskies. I love that whiskey, or Jameson Black Barrel. There are tons of options you can choose from. The Jameson 18 is also absolutely fabulous, but might be a little bit more expensive. If someone is regularly a Bushmills drinker, Black Bush and Bushmills 10 are excellent options. If someone enjoys Tullamore Dew, the Tullamore Dew 12-year-old Special Reserve is an absolutely fantastic option. And if somebody enjoys Teelings, there's a whole range of different options. But a couple of good ones are Black Pits, if you think that somebody is going to be into the smokier element of that, the single malt, and the single pot. Taking something that somebody enjoys and kind of moving further down the line of that range of releases is going to be a really, really good way to show somebody that you know what their preference is and encourage them to think outside the box at the same time. Another fun way to buy a whiskey for someone is to look at some of the less well-known Irish distilleries. These tend to be the newer distilleries. Originally, I had these kind of earmarked as craft distilleries, but some of these distilleries now are producing a lot of liquid, which for me takes them slightly outside the craft category. But there are some of these distilleries that will be less well known to people that are producing some absolutely amazing whiskey. Some really good examples of these distilleries are Boan, who bottle most of their whiskies under the label of the Whistler, an absolutely fantastic distillery. I really like everything I've tasted from Boan, and they have such a range of releases that you're bound to find something that you will enjoy. Another great option is Walsh Whiskey Carlow, who produce the Irishman and the Writer's Tear series. They create a range of really amazing, delicious, high quality Irish whiskies, which I am a personal massive fan of. Cologne is a gorgeous distillery. The Cologne whiskies will tend to be a little bit more expensive, but that's because they are absolutely premium whiskies. They're made in very small quantities. And they're made by hand in Cologne by Brendan Carty and a very, very small distilling team. But I can guarantee you, if you get a hold of a Cologne whiskey, it is an absolutely exceptional quality of whiskey. Dingle do some absolutely amazing whiskies that are well worth a try. Dunshanbo, I had their single pot Pinot Noir finish recently, which was absolutely stunning. Waterford whiskey, Blackstick and Sale, West Cork, Lockree, Rowan Co, Pierce Lyons, Powers Court, which bottle under Fircullen Falls, Royal Oak, Slane, JJ Corrie. The list goes on and on and on. If you show some of these smaller distilleries or less well-known distilleries some love, it can really pay off for you, because I have found some of my personal favourite whiskies in the last couple of years by making choices that were a little bit outside the box for me, but really, really paid off. Another great option for whiskey gift giving is to stick to the classics. That might sound silly when my last piece of advice was to go with smaller, newer distilleries, but I suppose if you're not sure, if you're a little bit hesitant, if you're, kind of on the fence about whether someone will like something or not, classics have generally become classics for a reason. That reason being that they're exceptional quality and they're general kind of crowd pleaser whiskies, meaning that they have mass appeal to a wide range of people, as opposed to if you go with something a bit more specific that might only cater to people of a certain taste. Some good examples of this are Redbreast. Redbreast 12 is the kind of iconic Redbreast expression, but you can get further down that line of releases if you want. If you want a Redbreast 27, I think it costs about €640. It's my personal favorite whiskey in the world. If money was no object, I would reach for a Redbreast 27 every time. You can probably start, if you're given a gift though, with a Redbreast 12, which I think will set you back about €60 now. Although a lot of places will have deals on coming up to Christmas. You might get it for a little bit less. The spot whiskies, which also come from the Middleton distillery, are absolutely fantastic. Green Spot, Yellow Spot, Blue Spot. Gold Spot was a limited time release, so I doubt you're going to find a bottle of that, but all absolutely amazing whiskies. Come with different age statements, different finishings on them, and a range of different price points, but the spot whiskies are all exceptional quality as well. Tyrconnell is a personal favorite of mine. I've never had a Tyrconnell whiskey that I didn't enjoy. Those whiskies come from Cooley. The Sexton is a whiskey that I had this year, which is absolutely delicious. You might say to yourself, Ed, why are you including the Sexton? That's a whiskey that not everybody will have heard of. It comes from Bushmills. It is the newer of their releases, as I understand it. I had it for the first time this year. Absolutely stunning whiskey. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And the final one is Dunvilles. Dunvilles is a distillery based in Northern Ireland who make some absolutely amazing whiskies. I particularly enjoy their single malt stuff, but if you get a Dunvilles whiskey, or if you look at some of the Dunvilles whiskies, I think you will find something that most people are going to enjoy. Last but certainly not least, the best whiskey in the world is the whiskey you enjoy, and the best way to drink it is the way that you want it served. That's something that I say to people the whole time. Don't let other people kind of govern what your whiskey preferences are allowed to be. Don't let other people say, oh, you shouldn't like that whiskey for this reason. This is a really good whiskey, even though you mightn't prefer it. I think as well that that's a really good way to inform whiskey gift giving. If a whiskey has a special significance to you and the person that you are gifting it to, I find that tends to be a fantastic way to give people whiskies as a gift. For example, my father and I have a lot of connection to the Waterford whiskies because we really love the Hook Head. When we went to the Southeast Whiskey Festival, we went to the Waterford whiskey tasting together. So if I was buying him a whiskey, I would probably buy him a Waterford whiskey, one of the single farm releases, one of the cuvées, just because that would have a special meaning to us. There's lots and lots and lots of different whiskies around Ireland. Did you go somewhere around Ireland as a child on holidays with a person? Is that something that you could connect with, buying a whiskey from a distillery that's near to that place? Does a whiskey evoke a specific memory? Like, oh, I remember this time we went into this pub and this man recommended that we have a drink of this whiskey, and we sat there and we drank it and we laughed and we had fun. If that means something special to you and the person you're going to buy it for, that's an excellent option. Ultimately, it comes down to you. Don't let anybody tell you what you should or shouldn't be getting somebody as a gift, because that is between you and the person that you're gifting to. So if you're watching this video when it goes live, I'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas 2023, and I hope that you'll continue to follow and support the channel in 2024. So until the next time, cheers. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear them down below, and I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe for more videos. Any recommendations on videos that you'd like to see would be really appreciated.